be able to step up and not only make plays, I think provide the leadership. Coach has told us all week that these are the guys that really are unique within this program, and hopefully they play well today.
An effective play, good for a first down at the 35. Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. That's incomplete, even on a first down pass attempt. He felt heavy pressure. So second down after the incompletion. Off play action. He's looking to throw. Catch is made down the middle. Tackled, but not before he gets into enemy territory at the 45. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. The shotgun handoff here. Breaks the tackle to get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Here's the second down play. We'll give it to the running back. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So 2 runs produce nothing, and now it's 3rd and 10. Dropping back, we're going to throw for the first down. Catch made on the left side. And he runs out of bounds. That's a big gainer there. They bring him down, but the freshman quarterback showing off the arm strength. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Nice throw, caught for a completion. He's brought down after a short gain. That's not going to be first down yardage. Makes a quick catch. They bring him down just short of the marker, inches away from a first down. 3rd and short here in this playoff game, the 8th play of the drive. It's a keeper trying to get to the marker. They make the tackle, but the offense set up with a first down in the red zone. The guys up front lined up. It's first down. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. Lets it fly to the wideout. So with playoff pressure for the offense executes a long, grinding, methodical drive.
You know, the thing I've loved about this offense all year long is their ability to either hit the big play or not have to rely on that. Like this, they're able to sustain a drive and still come up with points and get a touchdown.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. PAT is good. They jump in front, 7-0. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. Return starts from inside the 5. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. And the Auburn offense back out on the field. The last drive, they came up empty, had to kick it away. Can they come up with something here? On first down, it's play action. And here comes a deep shot. And the pass is incomplete. He dropped the first down attempt here across the middle. Offense lines up for a second down play off the incompletion. The offense with some pre-snap motion. It's a quarterback keeper. A quick juke. Solid run. Moves the ball out across the 20 to the 21. Crucial 3rd down play right here. Looking to pass. It's Knight. They get to completion. They get him down, but that's a nice play. Moves the ball to the 33. Auburn getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. They got him down out near the 40. Again, makes it 2nd and medium. Fakes the handoff, looking to throw. Just trying to get rid of it. And he'll just throw it away to avoid the sack. After the incompletion, they'll line up now for 3rd and 5. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Incomplete, very lucky to avoid an interception there. Special teams on the field now. Here comes a punt. They're going to kick it away for the 2nd time. And he's got it at the 15. The coverage team able to bring the returner to the ground. Offense comes out to start this drive. Direct snap to the back. And he will be stuffed for no gain. What's the play call here on second down for this offense? Quick pass, the catch is made. An important 9 yards gain there, brings up just 3rd and 1. Trying to convert with a sneak. Did not get there, and now it's going to bring up 4th down and 1. And the punt team now on to kick it away. And here's the fair catch by the return man. And the Auburn offense is back out on the field. Last possession, they were forced to kick it away. Can they finally get things going this time? Here comes a handoff. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. Now it's second down here. Back to pass. It's Knight. Swarm with a pass rush. A sack.
A lot of times we get caught up, Chris, in the one-on-one battles with the receivers and the DBs. Here's a great example of up front, the offensive line and the defensive line. Who wins that battle? This time the defense wins it and they get the sack.
Here comes 3rd and long. Giving up that sack has made this a real challenge for the offense. Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. And they heave it deep downfield. That deep shot is caught for a big gain. They get him down, but not before he reaches the 39.
Chris, there's a lot of pressure on this offense here early in this game. They're down early, 3rd down and long. Nice job of protecting. The last thing they want to do is have to punt this ball away. So instead, quarterback has time. Nice throw, and it's a 1st down.
The pocket breaking down. He'll just throw that one away to avoid what would have been a sack. Following the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 39. After the incompletion on 1st down, looking to throw it again. Delivers quickly to the left side. That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag, doesn't get it. Brings up 3rd down. We come to the line, a long way to go for the 1st down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Taking a shot deep toward the end zone. Oh, and it's batted down by the defense. Great play to deny a touchdown. Out comes the field goal team to give it a shot. This is a long way out. Oh, and he's off target. It's no good. And after the miss, still down by 7.
That's a missed opportunity for some points here. The way they were moving the football, I thought maybe a touchdown at the very least, 3 points, but instead, he shanks it.
Off the 56-yard missed field goal, the offense will set up at the 39. Off the play fake, looking to throw. QB to the tight end for a completion. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion. Getting set, here's 2nd down. The receiver grabs it, and the defense smothers him for no gain. Now the offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 41. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. Quick throw, testing the middle. That's reeled in. It's Bennett. He makes the stop, but it's a big play. The 31.
Well, it's 3rd down. The defense knows he's going to get the ball. You still can't stop the quarterback finding this receiver to be able to pick up another 1st down for this offense.
The gain is 3. Now it's 2nd down and 7. Quarterback will throw it off the one-pass option. He's brought down quickly as short gain gets them a few yards closer to the marker. They'll try to run for the 1st down. And they convert on 3rd. Football at the 20 now. 1st down in the red zone. It's an important 1st down on that running play. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Lets it go quickly.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. And when he catches the football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
Extra point try coming now. With the extra point, the lead is 14. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Fields it just outside the goal line. And the Auburn offense trots back onto the field. No doubt the last drive was deflating. They had to settle for a field goal attempt, but it's intercepted. Tried to fire it into a tight window. Well, the takeaway and the touchdown, that is just a dream play for any defender.
Well, let's start with the interception. I just love the fact that he got his eyes turned around, found the football, and then has the athletic ability to be able to secure it. Then he goes back to high school running back days and shows you what he can do with the ball in his hands and takes it all the way back for a touchdown. Beautiful thing.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT. And the extra point makes it a 3-touchdown lead. So after putting up a touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. Fielded in the end zone. It's Wilcox. And he stopped at the 20. Tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. And the Auburn offense is back out on the field now. It'll be interesting to see if this quarterback can bounce back. He threw a pick-6 in the last possession. Pulls it in. It's Simmons. And the defense swarms not much of a gain on that completion. That completion makes it second and medium. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. Has the first down and more. Moves the ball out across the 30. That's good for a first down. From the shotgun, it's a handoff.
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. But if I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion. The catch makes it a more manageable third down. Receiver in motion now. Looking downfield. It's Knight. Quick throw to his receiver. He makes the grab. They make the stop, but he's in enemy territory now. First down to the 45.
Now we're starting to see this offense look like they've looked all year long. Listen, to be able to get to a playoff opportunity, your offense has got to be able to show an ability to hit throws like this on third down. They hit it, they keep the drive alive. Now they have a chance to put points on the board.
And they'll step out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage there. The defense pursuit forced him out. Quick throw, the catch is made. They make the tackle, but that pass creates a solid gain. Big moment here in this playoff game. Third and short in the 7th play of the drive. Out of the gun now on third down. Taking a shot deep down the right side. Pass is incomplete, but there's a flag. This is a big call coming up. So the offense obviously will decline the penalty and take the result of the play. They don't make the third down yardage. Here comes the punt team. And off the bounce, that punt will roll out of bounds. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Defense makes the tackle as the final seconds of this first quarter run out. As we flip the field and begin quarter number 2, we'll see if they can continue to build this lead. Offense getting set for a second down here to begin the quarter. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Down he goes. It's a sack.
Well, they finally get to the quarterback with that sack. You know, he's already thrown 2 touchdowns in his first half, so the defense really needed that small victory for many reasons.
So here comes 3rd and long, trying to overcome that sack. This is going to be really difficult. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Makes the catch downfield. They'll stop at the 34. That will be a 1st down. The back behind the quarterback now in the pistol. And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. 2nd down play coming up. Play fake, looking to throw. He cannot escape. It's a sack.
Chris, how about the combo there of speed and power to be able to get to the quarterback here by this defensive lineman? Auburn defensive lineman, one thing you can always count on is they have speed and they have an awareness to know how to pressure that quarterback.
So here comes 3rd and long. Giving up that sack has made this a real challenge for the offense. The back's got it on a counter. Defense able to stop it. It's 4th down now. Punt team ready to boot it away. He's on to kick it away, helping his team with field position. This one will be fair caught. And the Auburn offense back out on the field. They were forced to punt last time. Can they get this offense going finally? Get some points out of this possession. Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up 2nd down. The incompletion makes it 2nd and 10 from the 24. Dropping back. It's Knight. Looks toward the sideline. Finds the running back. They bring him down after a short gain there. So ball at the 30. This is a manageable 3rd down play for the offense. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Grab by the receiver. They bring him down, but he makes the 40-yard line. That's a solid gain. They bring him down, but the sophomore quarterback shows what a cannon he has. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Grab down the middle. It's Simmons. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play. Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. And the running back takes the handoff. Stopped right there at the line. No gain. The offense going with the hurry up. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Shotgun formation here on 3rd down. Looking deep down the left side. It's dropped. Would have been a big play, but he could not hold on. And here comes the punter onto the field. Not a very good boot. Sets up the offense in great field position. Okay, so here comes the offense back on the field again. First play of the drive, they come out throwing. What a catch! Tackle is made, but that's good for a 1st down at the 47. A new set of downs after that completion. And looking to throw now on 1st down. Looking for the wideout. Makes the grab with plenty of room to run. You make the tackle, but not before he gets all the way to the 30. Back-to-back chunk plays to begin the drive. The defense on their heels. 1st down, looking to throw the ball. Here's an easy completion to the back out of the backfield. And he's tackled for a loss after the catch. The defense all over that one. Looking to pass here on 2nd down. Oh, he makes the catch. Finally marked out after a big gain, but hold on. There's a penalty marker on the field. Let's check this out. Oh, would have been a big momentum shift with that play, but the penalty negates it. Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. Quick throw to the left. Tried to press the ball deep, but it's incomplete. It's 3rd down for the offense. Looking to throw yet again. It's another deep shot. And it's hauled in. What a catch.
Somebody had to bust an assignment on this touchdown. There's no way you let a guy get that open unless the defender either gets injured or he blew an assignment. That was too easy for the offense for that touchdown.
but they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. You got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. And here's the return from inside the 5. And he's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. And the Auburn offense is back out on the field. Last drive stalled. They were forced to punt it away. Let's see what they can come up with this time. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. Strong defense. They stop him right near the line of scrimmage. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. And the quarterback tucks it and takes off as a design run. He'll avoid the big hit with the slide. They punted 4 times already on the verge of a 5th. They can't convert this 3rd down. Hebe keeps it himself.
It's a good job here by this offensive line and the running back. Listen, these guys have really had a lot to do with why they're in this playoff game, right? So give it to the offensive line in the back. Get the first down on this 3rd and short and see what you can do from here.
They bring him down at the 44. That's a solid gain, getting closer to midfield now. He hands it off from the gun. Fighting off the defender. Use the stiff arm to extend the run, pick up a few extra yards. 2nd down after that run on the previous play. Back to pass. It's Knight. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete. Offense breaks 100 and gets set. It's 3rd down. Play fake, looking to throw. Makes the throw across the middle of the field. And they get the conversion there. 1st down now from the 33. This offense has gotten going at long last. It's another 1st and 10. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Thompson.
Well, you could tell the quarterback knew exactly what he wanted to do with the football. He was going to that in route no matter what. He hits it for a nice gain.
They'll look to throw it here on 2nd down. Bringing pressure. Offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs in this drive, but this will be tough. It's 3rd and long. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Defense is coming after him. Heavy pressure. He lets it go. But they don't connect. It's incomplete, and it brings up 4th down. So the coach will decide to settle for 3 points here. Out comes the field goal unit. Oh, and he missed it. The kick is no good. And that sums up the game so far.
You know, that's going to go down as an empty possession for this offense. No points as he's off target. Now you can see he's hanging his head. What a poor kicker.
Off the 52-yard miss, the offense will take over at their 35. Quick throw to the right. It's caught. Football comes out. Scooped up in the defense. Breaks free down the left side. End zone ahead. Touchdown, Tigers. A defensive score in this playoff game. Wow. That is any defender's dream. Comes up with a fumble, takes it back to the house.
I can't believe the speed that this guy has to be able to score. I thought maybe he picked it up, maybe go a few yards, but instead he took it all the way to the end zone.
And now they'll set up for the point after. The extra point is good, but still trail by 3 touchdowns, 28-7. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. And it's fielded. Returner trying to create good field position here. And they stop him at the 23. That's solid coverage. Offense back out there trying to get something going. Looking to throw it on 1st down. The ball is picked off. Brought down after a short return, but the pick sets up his offense.
Boy, Chris, he hesitated just enough to give the defense a chance to get in position and come up with a big turnover.
And the Auburn offense trots back onto the field. The last drive was a little demoralizing. They stalled and then missed a field goal. Play action here on first down. Grab down the middle. It's Thompson. They bring him down, but that's enough to move this offense into the red zone with a first down for 17. And the motion by the back now forces the defense to adjust. Picks up 2, so it's 2nd and 8. Looking for some space. It's Robinson. Able to fight for a decent gain here in that running play. So here we go. 3rd down in the red zone. The kind of play that decides football games. Caught over the middle. It's Davidson. Tackle made at the 1-yard line, but it'll be 1st and goal. This Auburn offense is moving quickly down the field. Keep it on the ground, trying to power in for the touchdown. They test the middle of the defense, but get nothing. All right, 2nd down and goal now for this offense. On the ground, trying to punch it in for the score. And he busts into the end zone. Touchdown, Auburn.
Well, that's an example right there of what vision and patience and ability can do for running back. He was on a mission to get into the end zone, and really, he made it look easy.
Set up with a PAT. The extra point is good. Still a 2-touchdown deficit, 28-14. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. And the returner steps out at the 20. That's where the offense will take over. So they begin the drive here in the final 3 minutes of the half. Opening play of the drive, he looks right for a completion. Tackled quickly after the catch. He'll be short of the marker. 2nd down, we're going to throw it. Looking to set up a screen pass here. Brought down at the 33. That's good enough to move the sticks. Fresh center down to the offense after that 1st down completion. Looks to his left and makes the completion.
Well, defending this guy, you need more than one defender. You really got to stress rallying to the football because this guy can make people miss.
Oh, what a move. Brought down, but not before he gets into enemy territory at the 49. It's a 1st and 10 play coming up for the offense. It's the 2-minute timeout. We've got a blowout developing here. 1st down and 10 now. It's the wide receiver coming in motion now. Running game is working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain. 2nd down play coming up for this offense. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Oh, pass rush gets home.
Well, that's the kind of play right there that this defense has been looking for. Maybe that'll spark them because, let's face it, this game has not gone the way they had hoped. But a play like that sometimes can create some momentum and change the complexion of the football game.
So here comes 3rd and long, trying to overcome that sack. This is going to be really difficult. Now in 3rd and very long, looking to throw. This one is dropped. No one around him. He couldn't make the catch. Incomplete. The punt team making their way on the field. He's on to boot it away now. And the punt will bounce and roll out of bounds. So the first play of the drive here coming up. Less than 2 minutes left on the clock. To the air. It's Knight. Receiver makes the grab. Timeout is called to talk strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching. The completion makes it 2nd and short. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw it. Grab down the middle. It's Thompson. The offense will call a timeout. That's their second of the half. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Extending the play now. Slides to avoid the big hit. Second down after that previous play. Takes the handoff. It's Welch. He shreds the tackle. And they tackle him, but not before he picks up the first. A running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. And at first down, they go right back to him. And he's able to find some running room. Nice pickup. They'll crank up the tempo here with the clock ticking down. Second down. They'll switch it up here, looking to throw. Oh, they trap him for a sack. So a timeout is called to talk strategy. Maybe time for one or two more plays before halftime. So it's third down, but out comes the field goal unit. They'll try to add 3 points before halftime. Oh, he missed it. Off target that time. Still losing by 14 after the miss. So they'll just take a knee here, and that will send us to halftime. Somewhat conservative call, but content to take this lead into the locker room. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
Chris, the magnitude of these CFP matchups is always on another level. And this second half will likely come down to which offense can figure something, anything out. Take some chances, get creative. Both offensive coordinators had full heads of hair at the start of this game, but right now, they look like cue balls after one frustrating first half. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to start the second half.
All right, let's get the second half going now. The kickoff team is out there. Returner choosing to field this one. He's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. Offense drops that onto the field, hoping to start a drive here. And they'll start the third quarter here on the ground. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Running play goes backwards, makes it second down and 12 now. Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Good pass to the flat to a receiver. He's found some room at the 45. Now here he goes. They get him down, but that was the kind of explosive chunk play this offense has been looking for.
Man, the defense seems to be all about loading up to stop the run. They're creating some one-on-one opportunities, and the quarterback and receiver make them pay for it with a great play.
An explosive play flips the field and suddenly puts this offense into scoring position in enemy territory. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. And that pass is hauled in over the middle. And this one goes nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. The offense with some pre-snap eye candy. Play action fake, looking to throw. Incomplete. There's a marker down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Holding. Will that holding penalty be a drive killer? Important second down play coming up. Looking for a man. Catch is made. Room to run here. They bring him down at the 7. The offense set up now with a 1st and goal. That huge play sets up a great opportunity. 1st and goal just outside the 5.
Chris, that's just perfect execution here by the offense. Quarterback does a nice job getting back, putting the ball out where the receiver can make a play on it. Nothing you can do as a defender.
Well, Kirk, this quarterback told us this is my time to shine, a playoff game. He has gone out and backed that up so far.
Yeah, he's done everything that's been asked of him and more. Just a great job of getting into a rhythm. Really tough to defend. Right now, the defensive coordinator, you can see him down there. He's throwing his headset. He's frustrated. He's got to come up with some new wrinkles to try to slow this guy down.
Extra point makes it 35-14. You got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. He'll take the return and try to get some better field position. The returner is brought down. Gets us started on the next drive. And the Auburn offense is back out on the field now. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. They stop him after a 6-yard gain. So 2nd and 4. And the quarterback keeps it on the option. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. 3rd down. The offense desperately needs a conversion here, trailing in the 3rd quarter. To the air. It's Knight. Grab near the sticks. It's Simmons. Tackle made, but a big play all the way to the 48. Auburn getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up.
Good job by this offensive line and a great throw by the quarterback to get that 1st down there on 3rd down. It's exactly what they needed to do. This is too...
Oh, the pass is picked off.
Well, this defense has been great the entire football game here. They knew they had a lot of pressure on them in the playoff. They stepped up and played well all game long, and now they get a critical interception here late in this game.
Offense makes their way on the field. First play of the drive, they're going to throw the football. And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. Receiver brought down after a short pitch and catch. Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. From the shotgun now, here's a handoff inside. He's got the 1st and still going. Tackle made to the 41. That's a nice gain, getting closer to midfield. And the quarterback keeps it here. Breaking tackles. They make the stop, but not before he moves the football across midfield. 1st down at the 48. The back's got him. He gets loose. Ball carrier steps out, but a solid gain on the ground that time. And that run, good for 1st down yardage. The drive moves on. From the shotgun, an inside handoff. They bring him down, but that's enough to move this offense into the red zone with a 1st down to 17. That run, good for a 1st down. The offense still rolling. Quarterback still with the football. Try to run it up the middle, but get nothing. The first real speed bump of this impressive drive. Offense comes up now 2nd and 11. Makes the grab on the move. Tackle at the 8 after the completion. Here we go, 3rd down, close to the goal line. They can still get a 1st down without scoring. He stopped, but he gets a 1st down. The defense backed up against their own end zone. Quarterback drops back. Pressure is coming.
What a threat to this offense to have a weapon like this at quarterback. Down in the red zone, surveying the coverage, nobody open, so he does it himself with his legs and gets to the end zone for the touchdown.
They'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. And the Auburn offense back out on the field. They had it going on the last drive, but it ended abruptly with the interception. Let's see what they can do here. The pass rush closing in. Nowhere to run. They'll corral him for no gain. Offense getting set. Second down play here. To throw. It's Knight. Caught by the receiver. They bring him down quickly. A short pitch and catch to get a little bit closer to the marker. Hunter has been very busy so far. Can they finally convert here on third down? It's a quick grab. Brought down at the 33. That's good enough to move the sticks. First down here for this offense. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. Grab behind the line. It's Welch. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion. Here's the second down play. And the quarterback dropping back, looking for his big tight end. And he throws his third interception of the day. Look out, he's in the clear.
The QB is the loneliest man in the stadium right now following that dreaded pick six. For this guy, it's a nightmare in real time. And for the defense, unbridled jubilation.
Kicking team out for the PAT try. And the PAT is good as they continue to pull away even more. So after putting up a touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. They'll return it from inside the 5. And the coverage team pens him in and brings him down. And the Auburn offense is back out on the field. No surprise they're in a hole here. They've given the football away in each of the last 2 possessions. Here's a screen pass to the running back. The defense drops him for a loss. They went backwards there. A second down behind the sticks now. Dropping back. It's Knight. On the move now. Quarterback gets down to avoid the big hit. Interesting play call here. Third and short inside their own 20. They want to get this drive going, or a punt could give the opponents excellent field position. Fires it to the wideout. Catch made down the left side. An explosive play. He's tackled quickly, but the yardage is good enough for the first down. Caught behind the line. It's Thompson. Oh, and he heads out of bounds after a really nice game there. This Auburn offense is moving quickly down the field. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. That's reeled in. It's Thompson. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play. Auburn getting set with a 1st and 10 now. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. And that's a solid gain before the defense is able to bring him down. What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? He's got room to run. The sophomore with a strong tackle there. Big moment here in this playoff game. 3rd and short for the 7th play of the drive. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Looking deep down the right side. That one falls incomplete. They tried to press it deep, but now it brings up 4th down. So the decision is to not go for it, but settle for 3. Here comes the field goal team. And he's got it from 48 yards out, showing off the big leg.
I was watching this guy in pregame. He has got a strong leg. I'm surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
So after coming away with 3 in that drive, the kickoff team is out. He'll bring it out from his end zone. Be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the offense makes its way onto the field, hoping for a successful drive. And he dumps it off to the tight end. Defense shoves it out of bounds. Not much of a gain there. A completion makes it second and medium. Off the play fake, looking to throw the football. Caught quickly. And he'll get the first down yards before they finally bring him down. A new set of downs after that completion. Keeping it on the ground here. And the one moves the ball up to the 33. Now it's second down here. And the tailback's got it again. Breaks loose at the 45. And he steps out of bounds, but a solid gain there on the ground. Another chunk play. This offense is really clicking. From the shotgun, handoff inside. They've got him in the backfield. Nowhere to go, a 2-yard loss. Running play goes backwards. Now the offense is set up at second and 13. Run it up the middle, but stuffed for no gain. So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. Third and long. Dropping back. Looking to throw for the first down. Swarmed by the pass rush. A sack.
Chris, let's tip our cap to this quarterback. He has gotten hit. That's the 4th sack already in his football game. Now, he's thrown for a lot of yards, so it's been one of those cases where either our band is playing or your band is playing. One way or another, you're getting a lot of fireworks in this game.
And the punt team makes its way onto the field. And the returner decides to signal fair catch. And the first play of the drive now, they're backed up at the 12-yard line. Movement here from the tight end. Single back, takes the handoff. Fights through the tackler. And he's brought down, but there is a penalty marker out there. Let's check out this call.
Offside, defense.
What I always love to see on these offsides call is when they're always pointing at each other. You know, he did it. I didn't do it. Put it on him. Well, we know this time it's on the defense. They're going to make the right call.
And he picks up the first down before they get him to the ground. Scanning the field. It's Knight. Caught over the middle. Tackle made at the 37. That's a solid gain. 1st and 10 now for the offense. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. Throws it to the right. Oh, and he dropped it. Very uncharacteristic play by this wide receiver. Second down. And he's back to throw again after that incompletion on first down. With the catch, it's Thompson.
Well, anytime an offensive coordinator calls a wide receiver screen, he's trying to get offensive linemen out in front of the receiver to create a wall so that receiver can pick a lane to run through. How about the defense here, though? That's called team pursuit. He's swarming to the football. They didn't give him any lanes, so not much yards downfield for the receiver.
Punt lands at the 6, but heads into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the first play of the drive now from the 20-yard line. Using his legs, it's Freeman. Finds room at the 30. You make the tackle, but he gains enough to make the first down in what should be the last play of the third quarter. So let's get back to the action. 1 quarter away. What would be an impressive CFP statement. So here we go. First play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. Handoff here from the shotgun. They pick up 4. So second down and 6 coming up. Again, thrown out of the RPO, and it's complete. 0 running room. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Now the offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 41. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. He stopped short of the marker, so it's 4th down now. complete, but not good enough for a first down. The offense sends out the punt team. And the returner is tackled by this punt coverage team. And the Auburn offense trots back onto the field. They were forced to punt it away last time, so let's see if they can get clicking in this possession. Quarterback keeps the football. He's tackled just short of the 20-yard line. Second down after that run on the previous play. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Breaks free. Good enough for first down yardage. A running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. And they'll go right back to him on first down. Tackled way behind the line. He'll lose 6 there. They come up now 2nd and 16, a real challenge after losing 6 on that run. Now they'll switch it up, looking to throw the ball here. Running out of time in the pocket. He'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Offense gets set up here. It's 3rd down. Ball handed off. And he'll be smothered right at the line for no gain. The offense stays on the field, down multiple possessions. Easy choice. Trying for a 4th down completion. Looking for his big tight end. He's got it, and that is enough for a first down. They've got him, but they convert on 4th down, and the drive keeps going. First down, looking to throw the football. Looking deep downfield to the left. Incomplete. They cannot connect on the deep ball. And the incompletion now makes it 2nd and 10 from the 49. Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. He's running out of time here. It's incomplete. That was caused by the defensive pressure. And now it brings up 3rd down. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Back to throw again. Grab near the sticks. It's Wilcox. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain. Auburn getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
Looking to pass here on 2nd down. Snags a quick throw. Take it down, but not before he makes the first down. Defense cannot get this offense to 4th down. Offense continues the long drive. Here comes a throw from the red zone. Pass caught. They get him down pretty quickly, but it's a solid gain on that short throw. Here comes a crucial 2nd down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. They'll run it from the gun. Couldn't quite get there. Brought down at the 2. The offense knocking on the door here with a 1st and goal. QB decides to keep it here. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. Ball back at the 6 for 2nd and goal off that loss. Looking for a receiver. And the completion made. Brought down at the 2 after the catch. The offense close to punching it in. They try to muscle toward the end zone on the ground. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers.
I love the fact they didn't give up today. This has not been a great game for them, but the fact that they're still fighting late says a lot about the character of this football team.
And they get set now to try the PAT. And it's up and good. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. He's going to return it from near the goal line. And here comes the offense back out on the field now. Here comes a 1st down pass attempt. Makes a quick grab. Tackle made at the 37. That's a solid gain. Pass complete for a first down. The offense gets a fresh set of downs. They'll run it to the left. Look out, room to run here.
Hey, it's a great job of running the football. It's the right idea, but the back's got to stay in bounds. Because remember, with the new rule in college football, the clock still stops momentarily until the referee sets the play clock for the next play, and then it'll start again. So stay in bounds and work that clock.
The freshman quarterback showing what a cannon he's got. Off the play fake on first down. Makes a quick catch. In the clear at the 25. Tackle made after a big gain. Ball moves to the 21.
You know, they've got a lead here late in the game, and the play calling, I think, shows you how much confidence they have in this quarterback. He's had a pretty clean game today, and this decision to still throw the ball with the lead shows you that they believe he's going to make the right decisions and make accurate throws.
The offense is clicking, and the defense just searching for answers now. Quarterback pulls the ball. It's a keeper. Has a path to the end zone.
Chris, you talk about having a day. This offense just goes out. They're not even looking at the scoreboard. They're just going out, executing the play call, and continuing to put points on the board.
Try to add to the lead now with the PAT. The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Looks like the returner will try and field this one. And they've got the returner corralled. And the Auburn offense is back out on the field now. Any hopes of staying alive in a playoff depend on making a play, scoring, and scoring quickly here. It's desperation time. They continue to feed the running back, but he has had nowhere to go today. They've been getting owned at the line of scrimmage. It's a quarterback keeper. He's wrapped up nicely there by the freshman. They're backed up here trying to make something happen on third and long. Handoff from the shotgun. Throws a stiff on it. Bring him down after a small gain. They played it safe there on third and long. They bring the punter onto the field now. Forced to kick it away for the 6th time. No fair catch. Looking to return this punt. He's got some daylight turning on the speed. Good effort by the return man. They get him down, but that's a solid gain on the return. It's an option look. He'll pitch it. He'll be stopped for a loss on the play. The defense all over the option that time. It's the 2-minute timeout as the offense tries to put the finishing touches here on a lopsided victory. Working clock with the ground game. And they finally stop it, but a decent gain that time. That run sets up an important third down call for this offense. It's Bennett. The gain is not enough for first down, so it brings up a 4th and short. They'll kick it away here. And the punt head's out of bounds, taking the dangerous returner out of play here. First play of the drive now. They'll start from the 32. And they'll use the ground game here. He's brought down, but not before the gain to the 42-yard line. Second down after that run on the previous play. And they'll run it. Hand it off to the running back. Great cut there. Tackle, but first down. A running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Wilcox. He's brought down, but a solid gain moves the ball across midfield to the 41. Looking to throw now on first down. The tight end makes the catch downfield. And they wrap him up and bring him down in what is the final play of the game. Of course, in the playoffs, it's survive and advance. This is a crucial W. Great performance, but now the stage gets even bigger. The challenges will continue going forward.
Yeah, more and more pressure will grow as this team continues to win football games, but you and I have been around this team all year long. So impressed with the emotions and how they're able to contain themselves, stay focused on the task at hand. They did that again today. They advance. Cannot wait to watch and see what they can do next week.
And that's going to do it. The winner survives and advances in the playoff bracket. We'll talk to you down the line. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.